my name is Star. I am a student, future law student, and a fashion model, and I want to share a little bit about my journey, about how I started my transition from damaged, attempted straight hair to healthy, longer, curly hair. So initially, my problem is that I didn't know how to manage my curly hair, so I would constantly put heat on it, which created a lot of heat damage. I would blow it out, I would straighten it, I would even curl it with a curling iron, which now is so upsetting because I have curls that almost look like they're curled with a curling iron but aren't, and I just would go through 3 really damaging steps to get to that. And I really wanted my hair to grow because it got really damaged, and then I ombre'd it myself. It looked good, but it wasn't good for my hair. No matter how hard I tried to grow my hair, it wouldn't grow because it wasn't at its natural state. And because it wasn't at its natural state, there was no growing it because it was so damaged. So all the growth would probably just break off. So I realized I had to transition to natural hair, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that journey because even though I'm still pretty early on in it, I've seen a lot of improvement so far. So the first step would definitely be to get a big haircut. Get a big haircut, get all the dead hair off, but it unfortunately doesn't stop there. I'm not saying to get your hair cut professionally very often because I don't do that. And I don't really recommend this because I'm not very traditional and I work a lot and don't like to spend my money on unnecessary things, but anytime I would see like split ends, I would take like a professional hair cutting scissor and just get rid of it because I didn't want to decrease the length of my hair, but I did want to make sure that the split ends were gone because if you have a split end or a dead end, no matter how long your hair grows, it's not going to look like it is growing because it's just going to get higher and higher and rip off, if that makes sense. So just make sure you're taking care of all your dead ends in that way. Even though you'll feel like you're cutting your hair excessively or getting it cut excessively, it's going to be better in the long run because you want only natural hair growing, only healthy hair growing in. Another thing that I've been doing is I've been wanting it to grow longer so that I'm more comfortable wearing it natural. So I've been doing a lot of rice water rinses and apple cider vinegar rinses. So rice water, it's really, really good for your hair. There's a lot of vitamins and proteins in it. So you have to just boil rice and then you take the water in it and put it in a little sealed container. And then what I do is I put it on before I shower, leave it in around 10 minutes, and then rinse it out. And then you could do an apple cider vinegar rinse. Supposedly it's not good to do it more than like once every week. I do it a little too often, I discovered, which I'm going to stop doing. But I'd say if you shampoo, after shampoo, I do it after the rice water, you just rinse it. You just rinse your hair with it, cover your hair with it, wait a little bit, and then rinse it out. What I did is I also cut out shampoo. Shampoo isn't good for your hair, except if my hair gets really oily, then I'll use shampoo, but I only use a specific biotin shampoo that doesn't have anything bad for your hair in it, like sulfate, but it does have a lot of oils, even though I know that sounds contradictory, but I'll add that and I'll massage my hair with one of those massagey things, and then I'll rinse it out. But normally, no shampoo. That's only like in case of emergency. And then I condition like normal. And then I rinse it out. Now, after, you may be tempted to apply heat to your hair, but don't. You just have to find the right products for your hair that will make it manageable for you to keep it natural. I suggest, what's it called? Personally, I made a mix. This is for hair growth. I put like aloe, castor oil, almond oil, just a ton of stuff that's good for your hair in this, and I always like apply it to the ends, by the split ends. If you apply it to the top of your hair, it'll look way too oily. I use curl cream, it doesn't matter which type you use, you should always let your hair air dry. When it's 25% dry, you just go to the side, put in the curl cream, go to the other side, put in the curl cream, and then it's fine. And then for the extra, there will always be extra strands, like right now it's this for me, that won't curl. You have to just put curl cream or product in it, and you just twist it like that. Or if it's not staying like that, I'll twist it like that, like my hand is, like my little finger is a curling iron, and then just let it out like that. And normally it'll stay when it's like relatively wet. Another thing that I heard is really, really good for you, because for me personally, I have a really dry scalp, and that's definitely prevented my hair growth and like my natural hair from looking as good as it could, because you want it to be as healthy as possible and as moisturized as possible. So what I do is always, like, at least once or twice or 3 times a week, you flip your head over like that and you put oils on the tips of your fingers. You just look up online what oils are good for hair growth. Like, I'm pretty sure tea tree, like you could do lavender, really whatever essential oils you want for the most part, but look it up because I could be wrong. I put obviously like this mixture or a hot oil treatment, and I'll flip my hair upside down and I massage my scalp. I definitely do that like at least 3 times a week. However, for hair growth, there's a oil inversion method where you do that, and you do that once every day for a week, once a month. I didn't do that because I go to class and I didn't want my hair to look super oily in class because it was starting to look like that. So I stopped. But if you want extreme hair growth, which I'll make another video on, that's a great strategy for it. I think one of the most important things that I had to learn how to do is to shower less. I used to shower, this is terrible, you're gonna think that I'm insane. I used to shower 1 to 3 times a day. Yeah, it's really bad. But especially in the modeling industry, it's really bad for your skin, for your hair. So, but lately I've been getting it down to once every 2 days, once every 3 days. And if I do, I'll try to put my hair up in a bun, out of the water, in a shower cap, so that I don't have to wash my hair as much. Now, the problem with this is that when you sleep every night with your curly hair, it looks terrible when you wake up. It looks really, really, really bad. And if you have naturally curly hair, you know what I'm talking about. So what I did is I took some of my favorite oils for my hair that help keep it moisturized and help keep it looking good, and I put it in a spray bottle, and then I filled it mostly with water. So now if I wake up, instead of having to shower and dry out my hair even more, I'll just, you know, spray my hair with this, keep it wet, and then I add whatever product I want. And I'll show some of my products. I think this is really nice. Most of the things, Elvive, most of those are really good. This one is oil and cream, and it doesn't have any harsh products in it. It has like coconut oil, seed oil, all the good stuff. This, Way to Grow. They have this leave-in conditioner, and then they have a bottle. I loved the bottle. I haven't gotten around to getting it again, but I loved that. And you could just leave this in. Try not to mix too many products though, because then it's hard to find out what works for you and what doesn't. And if my hair is really wild and really frizzy, that's when I'll use like a curl defining lotion. And you don't put too much because it's always thick. You put a little and you scrunch it. But anytime your hair feels dry, put oils in it. Just don't put it near the top because it will look bad. And in case that happens, make sure you have a dry shampoo. Very important. I thought I didn't need it. I was wrong. So anyways, that's the first part of this series because I just really started out with all of this and it's taking a lot longer than I expected to transition back to my curly hair, but I already see a huge difference. My hair used to be maybe this length when it was curly and it would be like out to there, and there was so much shrinkage and so much frizziness I couldn't leave the room with it like that. Now my curls are getting back to their normal shape because I'm allowing them to be, and the only thing I have to do extra is like flat iron my bangs because they get a little wild. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. If I gave any wrong information because I'm a little new to this, just leave it in the comment section. I don't mind at all. If there's any other tips that you'd want me to try out and speak about, if there are any other tips you'd like me to try out or speak about, definitely leave them in the comments. Let me know if you want me to make any other videos. Thanks for watching.